Okay, guys. Hey, good morning. I hope you're doing great. This is Friday, so it should be a good day, right? Um, Guys, this is the second part of the assignment. So you should not, I repeat, you should not do this unless you have done the assignment from yesterday because you are not going to be able to understand this unless you have read the documents. Okay. So, guys, the whole point of yesterday was that we were trying to gain enough information from both the PowerPoint and from all these primary sources that we read in order to be fully able to answer the question, were African Americans free during Reconstruction or were they not? Okay. And so that's what we're doing today. We are writing up our our observations, and we're gonna kind of post our hypothesis on whether or not, or our conclusion on whether or not they were free or were not free. So, guys, first thing I need you to do in this assignment is I need you to take the side of African Americans were free during Reconstruction. So, what you're going to do is you're going to go into the documents and you're going to find 4 pieces of evidence that supports that answer. Okay, where do you see in the documents that African Americans were allowed to do whatever they wanted according to the constitutional rights that they were afforded? Okay, and so what this is going to look like is I gave y'all an example. So from document A, okay, I'm going to put A right here, but this is not enough. You have to explain what that piece of evidence is. So from document A, okay, if I was looking at that, this could be as simple as the Reconstruction. I don't know. Or I could write it up like how I have it. Okay. During Reconstruction, African Americans gained several constitutional rights. Now, I will say that it's going to make it easier when we go down to the next part of this if you write out a complete sentence, because then you can just kind of plug it in to your paragraph. Okay. But that's essentially what I need. Okay. Once you have found 4 pieces of evidence for the were side, I need you to do the other flip side. Okay. I need you to do African Americans were not free during Reconstruction. Okay. Where do we see in documents that despite having constitutional rights, they were still denied those freedoms because of what was going on in the South as a direct response to them gaining their freedom? Okay. So, for example, okay, I could point out document B, and I could try to say something along the lines of explaining the black codes. I could choose a quote from the black codes that explains that point. So I could one of the laws was that African Americans were not allowed within the city limits unless they had direct permission from their employer or their former owner. Okay, that's a definite example that they were not sorry, not allowed to enjoy their full freedom. Okay, and so I'm going to do the same thing right there. I'm going to type it out, and I'm going to find 3 other pieces of evidence, and I should be good to go. Once I have 8 pieces of evidence for the were side and the were not, I'm going to come down to the next page, and I'm going to choose a side. Okay, life's all about choosing sides. You have to make an argument. History, you cannot sit on the fence. So I need you to pick one, okay, that you feel the most strongly about, which you feel like you have the best evidence to support. Okay, that's super important. What are the documents telling you, right? What document do you have? More documents that are saying yes, they were free, or do you have more documents that were saying they were not free? And then you're going to choose one. So let's say, I don't know why I'm so sleepy now. Let's say you choose they were free. Then I'm just going to delete the were not, and I'm going to set about trying to answer this. So every time you see a parentheses, every time you see a blank, that's where I need you to write. So the first thing you're going to do is although, and then I need one of the pieces of evidence of why they were not free. Okay, so I could say, although black codes were instituted very intensely in the South, and they limited black people's rights to movement or something like that, African Americans were free during Reconstruction. This is demonstrated. Okay, your top reason why they were free. So maybe I point out this is demonstrated by the creation of Reconstruction amendments that gave them freedom, which is found in the Constitution. And then I'm going to explain how that piece of evidence supports the assumption that they were free. So why would that kind of work out? Well, those constitutional amendments gave them the same rights as white people under the Constitution. Okay, they were allowed their full citizenship according to the Constitution. And then furthermore, my second reason, and so there are a lot of different things that you can pull out. Okay? But your second reason why they were free, once again, found in the source you were using, because, and then you're going to explain how that piece of evidence works. Therefore, then you're going to summarize your 2 points. So, therefore, the freedoms granted by those Reconstruction amendments. And my second point is evidence for why historians should agree that African Americans were free during Reconstruction, and then done so. Okay, that's all I'm asking for. We're not writing the full essay. Okay, don't worry about that. I just want this paragraph because, because I want you to kind of see what we're doing with these documents. I want you to see how you can use historical documents to support an answer. And guys, this is what I'm talking about with why history is important. I get this question every year. I asked y'all at the very beginning of the year, why are we studying this? There's a lot that you can pull from social studies, and one of the biggest things that you can pull from social studies for the rest of your life, despite the fact that you may not end up as a history teacher. If you do, I love it, but you may not end up as a historian. If you do, I love it. But if you go into the world, you need to be able to do critical thinking, and you need to be able to construct an argument. Okay, history is a great way to do that. A lot of people take history as their major in college before they do law, because history is so focused on building an argument. So that's what we're doing. Guys, if you got questions, I'm going to be on office hours all day. So please check in with me. Hope you have a good day.